Good morning, welcome to the start of October's vlog. Certainly not where I thought I was going to start October's vlog. If you remember, I said at the end of September's vlog that I was probably going to Long Lake because I've got the Monday and Tuesday booked off. Well, I was away all last week and obviously the fuel crisis hit. All the mainstream media's hyped up reporting of a lack of fuel made the idiots rush out and buy fuel, which then created a fuel crisis. Long story short, got back from Lincoln on Friday with the wife, and yeah, I was pushing it to get to Reading and back with the fuel I've got in the car, and nowhere where I live has got any diesel, so you could get a bit of petrol but you couldn't get any diesel, so I couldn't risk driving up to Long Lake and then getting stuck there. So yeah, so I've come over to Braxton, just thought I'd put some bait in, see if I'll get I said to the wife yesterday, 10 fish haul, see if I can get 10 fish and then I'll come home. So turned up early this morning. I'm the only one on the lake, which is obviously good because I can pile the bait in and the only bait they're hearing going in is mine. So I got here, it was just still a bit dark when I got here, but I could see some ripples close in. It looked like a feeding fish, so I quickly flicked a PVA bag out onto where those ripples were, and yeah, about 20 minutes later had a little 14-pound common off of there. Put the marker out to a spot that I sort of know in this swim there's normally a little bit of gravel out there, but I couldn't actually find the gravel. Could find fine silt but not the actual gravel, so put the marker out, put 15 spoms of hemp, corn, boilies, what else I put in there, krill powder, krill cloud, yeah, put that out and started fishing. I was going to fish 2 rods on that spot, but put a rod out, had a take within, I don't know, 20 minutes. Long story short, I had 6 takes up till 10 o'clock, 5 off of that spot, so I've now moved both rods onto that one spot. I mean, to be honest, when I'm spodding this morning, you could see fish coming towards the area whilst I was spodding, so I'm not surprised. Probably surprised I haven't had more fish, to be honest, but yeah, I've had 6 fish, normal stamp on this site, on this lake, 14 pounders, 16. Well, I'm off. My mate wanted this to happen. Right. Whew. Forgotten where I got to now. Needless to say, I'm not sure. I span the camera around quickly to catch that. Obviously I had a take whilst I was doing the vlog, and whilst I was playing that one I had a second take. So yeah, I've got 2 fish in the net to weigh, both small commons. But yeah, it's been a good morning, albeit busy. I've not even had a cup of coffee yet. I got here at 6 o'clock, it's about 11 o'clock now I think. So yeah, I'll call it a day for now, sort myself out, and then wrap the vlog up later on. So that's now 8 carp. What has been good, 3 of them have been mirrors. I think I caught about 60 fish last year before you got a mirror out here, because there's not a lot of mirrors in here. So to have 3 mirrors, the biggest one was £18.10, so very happy with that. So yeah, I'll update the vlog later on when I'm wrapping up. Speak to you later. Take care. Right, okay, welcome back. Just going to wrap this up early. It's only 3 o'clock, but yeah, I've had 15 fish, lost 3. Just to go through it, 14 common, 14.8 mirror, 18.12 mirror, 12.10 common, 14 mirror, 14.8 mirror, 14.4 common, 13 common, a 22.6 mirror. I even got the camera out and photographed that. As I said earlier this morning, I think £21 was the biggest mirror in it. So that is, to my knowledge, the biggest mirror in this lake. So 22.6, and it was a really nice fish. 13 common, 10 common, 13.8 common, 17.4 common, 13.4 common, 15.8 common. So as a result of not being able to get any diesel today, I've ended up with a really good day's fishing. Yeah, a lot of fish on the bank. I'm sure I'll be aching tomorrow. So that wraps up today's vlog. I'm not really sure where I'm going to be next week. Play it by ear. I've got Monday and Tuesday booked off work, so I may go to Long Lake. I'm just going to play it by ear for now, so wherever I am, see you on the bank then. Thanks for watching. Well, good morning, and yeah, welcome back. Finally back up on Braxted. Just yeah, things have changed and I've got limited time, so just thought I'd pop up at Braxted again. I'm back in the same swim I was in last week, where I had that 15 fish haul. I'm only here till 2 o'clock today. What a difference a week makes. I can only assume the farmer has been pumping water out. Not sure why he would be pumping water at this time of year, but yeah, I rocked up here this morning and the water is down 4 foot from last week. So where I was fishing in, I'm fishing the same spots, but at 10 wraps that was 10 foot of water last week is 6 foot this week. And yeah, certainly different fishing. There's no wind today, whereas last week there was wind. No colour in the water, whereas last week the water was really chocolatey brown from all the rain and everything. So a lot different fishing conditions. I did the same as last week when I first got here. I just underarm flicked a PVA, solid PVA bag out in the margin, and then proceeded to, in my head, put 10 to 15 spods out on the spot at 10 wraps. But as I was casting out the 5th spod, the margin rod went off. So yeah, I've had a £14 common already this morning. I mean, it was still dark, nothing was set up, and yeah, I didn't bother photographing it or anything. I may photograph some fish today, just so that to keep some action in the vlog, if you like, or some fish pictures in the vlog. But yeah, another thing today, there's 5 people on, whereas last Monday I was the only one on the lake, so they had my bait or no bait to go to. So yeah, certainly going to be different fishing today. I mean, one of the first things I did today, got the kettle on early, because if you remember last week I didn't get a cup of coffee till about 11 o'clock, so at least I've had a cup of coffee this morning. But I think the fishing is going to be a lot harder today. Interesting, all the seagulls are all over where I'm bombing out at the moment. Don't know why that is, and it may be a case of really high pressure as well today. It may be a case I need to put the zigs out later on. I'll give it to about 11 o'clock. If the fish haven't started feeding then, I will certainly put zigs out. But I mean, there's two other people on my side of the lake, but they're both float fishermen, two carp fishermen, and I can see both of them. Neither of them have had a fish yet, so yeah, I think it's going to be a bit tougher today than it was last week, to say the least. But yeah, I may update the vlog later on this morning, or I may just update it just before I go home, depending on how the fishing's going, what's happened. But yeah, speak to you later. Okay, welcome back. It's 2:30, going to wrap this up now today. Even though it's really sunny, it has been freezing today. Northwesterly wind picked up, and yeah, it's freezing, hence my jacket's still on even though it's really sunny. Been a struggle today. The bailiff came around earlier and he was saying, oh yeah, everyone on the other side said they're struggling. One guy had a couple of fish, everyone else is blanking. There was 5 on the other side and 3 of us on this side. There's now 2 people left on the other side and no one left on this side, and obviously I'm about to pack up or wind in. So yeah, going home. At the end of the day, I've done all right in the scheme of things. Given, you know, if it was another water, I would be over the moon with how I've done today. But yeah, I've had 3 fish. I had that early one, 14 pounds. I'd one a bit later on, 13 pounds. But then what made my day is I had one, I think it was about 10:30 this morning, maybe 11 o'clock. It was 11 o'clock actually, yeah, I do remember, 11 o'clock, just before 11. Screaming take, and as soon as I picked the rod up, it was still taking line, so I half knew I was into a decent fish. And quite an epic battle, played out for quite a while. Even once I'd seen the fish, I could see it was a good common, and it was just screaming off in the margins, backwards and forwards. Finally got it in the net, got her up on the scales, 23 pound 5 ounce. Lovely bar of gold, so happy with that one. And yeah, 3 fish, not normally what you have on this fishery. It's normally, you know, I've been here and had 4 fish in an evening, so that is hard fishing. But as I said at the start, the water's right down, we've got really high pressure, the northwesterly wind as well, so at the end of the day I'm happy with 3 fish today, especially that 23 pound 5 common, which is the biggest fish I've ever had out of this lake. And as I said last week, it's 29's the biggest common. There aren't that many 20s in here, so you know, I had the biggest, to my knowledge, mirror in here at 22.8, and when I spoke to the bailiff today and said I had a 22.8, he said he didn't think there was one that big in here. So yeah, that 22.8 mirror last week is almost definitely the biggest mirror in here, and that 23.5 common today is one of the bigger fish in here, so I can't be too displeased with how it's gone. Going forwards, next trip I'm out on the River Severn with Darren again, and we'll be there on Saturday, hopefully winkling a few barbel out, weather permitting or fish gods permitting. The water's still very low on the Severn. It did have some rain last week, but didn't fish well after that rain, so who knows. We'll go there and see what we can do, and I'll speak to you on the bank up at Coalport. See you then. Good morning, welcome to the monthly vlog. Yeah, as I said at the end of the last session at Braxted, I'll be up on Coalport on the River Severn, and I am, and likewise my friend Darren's up here, come up from Devon, so yeah, we're up here. I've dropped in the swim where I've had fish before but didn't actually catch the last time I came here. Darren's 4 pegs up from me, and I think we're the only 2 people on this stretch of the river. The river's, well, it's got a nice flow on it, it's still very clear, crystal clear, but we'll just see what we can do, you know. It's mid-October, the barbel should be feeding. There hasn't been any rain for the past, well, over a week now. I think I said last time on the vlog, even though rain did come a couple of weeks ago, it didn't fish well. I mean, the Severn hasn't fished well again this year. It's 2 years running, it's not been fishing well, but hopefully this time of year at least one of us will get a barbel, hopefully both of us, but that's the plan anyway. I'll update the vlog as I normally do as the day goes along. I probably, well, unless I'm catching, it won't be in this swim, as I always do. I move swims, and I'm going to be a bit regimental today. Every couple of hours, if you've not had any indication of fish, it's tying up sticks and move and try and find them. So update the vlog later on. See you then. Okay, just a little update on the vlog then. So yeah, nothing happened in the first swim I was in or Darren was in. Darren had one aborted take but didn't manage to connect. So we've moved half out the river now, a couple of swims. I've never fished these swims, but yeah, we'll just give it a go. There's a couple of guys just up from us, a few pegs up from us, and we're in these swims. I've got one rod out on the on a worm that gets lots of knocks, and then the worm's gone. As I speak, it has one, and yeah, never anything there when you... Oh, actually, might have one this time. Nope, big lump of debris. Jesus. So yeah, as I was saying, we're you know, we'll give this a few hours as well in these swims and see what happens. Baiting up a nice inside line, and I think Darren is as well down there. He's baiting up an inside line, so give it a couple of hours, move one rod on the inside line and see if that makes any difference. If not, we'll probably have another move to finish up the day in a swim somewhere else. So yeah, speak to you in a bit. Well, welcome back. Probably got half an hour till we've got to pack up now, because as I've said many a times, you've got to be actually off the road before it's dark. So it's 5:30 now. So just wrapping the vlog up. It's I mean, it's been a struggling of a day that's ended up really good for us both. So as I said earlier, we both blanked in the first swims we went into those second swims. I blanked and Darren had a personal best chub, 5 pounds 6 ounces I think it was. We gave that swim 3 hours, and then we've come up to where we finished up the day for 3 hours, which is the swims, again it's swims, or the swim I'm in I've fished before. Darren's about 4 pegs up from me. I've never fished that swim, and put the rods out within 5 minutes of casting out. The first rod was away for me. Personal best, first ever double figure barbel, 10 pounds 6 ounces. Absolutely over the moon with that. 4 years I've been fishing here. I'd had a 9 pound 4 and a 9 pound 8, but never a double, so over the moon with that. That was followed about half an hour later by it was a 4 pound 6 chub, and then Darren had a small chub, and literally I've just been up to his peg and photographed for him a PB barbel, 11 pound 4, ginormous for the River Severn. That is, and especially for this stretch. You know, I've said before, you don't often get doubles on this stretch, which is why it's taken me 4 years to get one. And but lo and behold, we've both had a double this afternoon. So whilst we haven't had the numbers of barbel that you used to catch on the Severn, or you can catch on the Severn occasionally, we've both had a cracking day. So that wraps up today's vlog. So yeah, see you on the bank wherever I am. See you later. Well, good morning. Just wrapping up October's vlog. It's the end of the month now, literally the end of the month, and yeah, just back over Braxton again to just have a last session on here. You know, it's quite busy, 7 people on here. Came here hoping for probably 4 fish today, and going to fish on till mid-afternoon. I may stay till late afternoon. Well, that was a thought process when I came here. With the conditions, although it's overcast and windy, it's quite high pressure again, so figured it would be tough. Plus with more anglers on the bank, it always makes it harder on here. So I've come here hoping for 4 fish. But yeah, I'm in a swim I've never fished before. Did my usual thing. I found a hard patch. It's only 11 wraps out, so 44 yards. Piling in some bait on that spot. Meanwhile, I've also got a little solid PVA bag, just an underarm flick out in the water. And, yeah, I've had 4 fish off that PVA bag. The biggest one, £18.10. Second biggest, 16.4. The others were like a 14 and a 12. And then the rod on the baited spot, I had one take. I think that was a 14 common as well. So unusual for the baited spot not to be going and just the PVA bags chucked out going. But I've swapped them around now, so I've put the solid PVA bag out on the heavily baited spot and just a little PVA stick chucked close in and see what happens, see if anything happens. So, yeah, that's it for now. I'll wrap this up. I'll say just before I go home, and that will wrap up October's vlog. So speak to you then. Right, let's wrap up the vlog for October then. Yeah, sun's come out. It's really hot now. Bit of a bad day though. Yeah, 16 fish, 4 lost. A normal double run. I was going to photograph more than I did, but it just got too hectic. Did photograph the biggest one, which was 21 pounds, 2 ounces. Another common, so that's good to get another 20. I had 2 18s, a 17, a 16. Yeah, just a manic day. The funny thing is there was 4 people fishing opposite. As I say, 2 were doubled up in the swim that I normally go in and 2 in the first swim. Now, I don't think they did themselves any favours by doubling up, so 4 rods in each swim. But the people in the swim I normally go in have had 2 fish between them. People in the first swim have had 1 fish. They came around when they packed up and said, you haven't stopped catching, what's going on? You know, they didn't put any bait in. How was they going to catch? But yeah, I didn't say anything, I just said, oh, they was on my spot, so I've caught them. Saying the guy who was to my right, he went, by midday he'd gone, telling me how rubbish this lake is. So, I don't know, it's alright when I come here, or in the swims I go in. So yeah, I had a good day. Bit of a mad October. I think I've had 34 carp from this lake and the double figure barbel. So yeah, not a bad month in the end, fish wise. Trying to get those views up, that's another thing. So I did a barbel vlog just over a week ago now. 16 minutes, a day on the River Severn, how I fish it. In 6 days it had 700 views. My monthly vlogs can get 100 in a month if I'm lucky. So maybe monthly vlogs isn't the way to go. But I'll persevere for next month and December, and then, as I say, next year I'll think about a different format for the vlogs. I'll do something, but I don't know what it'll be. Yeah, I'm not sure what November has in store. I'll just play it by ear. Definitely be at least one trip up to the Severn if it stays mild. So yeah, I'll see you on the bank. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned.